Virgil, the Turk, Sollozzo, one of the most ambitious criminals in New York's underworld, didn't know that his last move would seal his fate. When he decided to confront the powerful Corleone family, he believed he could shift the balance of power in the city. But in a single instant, his story would come to a violent and dramatic end, with consequences that would echo throughout the underworld. In today's video, we'll explore Sollozzo's final moments, understand his importance in the criminal underworld, and how his downfall impacted the course of events into The Godfather. Get ready to dive into the intrigues, betrayals, and brutal reality that marked the end of an era. His first appearance occurs during the crucial meeting with Vito Corleone and his main advisors. From the moment Sollozzo enters the scene, his presence exudes a threatening and unsettling aura. He is a man of few words, but what really stands out is his calculated calmness and cold confidence, which contrast with the seriousness of what he is proposing. The Corleone family's involvement in the lucrative but dangerous narcotics business. Dressed simply yet elegantly, he gives the impression of someone who is in complete control of the situation. He is direct and doesn't waste time with unnecessary formalities. His tone of voice is firm, but not aggressive, which paradoxically heightens the tension. He often fixes his eyes on his interlocutors in an intense and penetrating way, conveying a constant sense of threat. His direct and focused gaze suggests that he is always assessing and calculating the situation, as if he is constantly vigilant and suspicious. This indicates that he is someone who doesn't trust easily and is always alert for any signs of betrayal or danger. He knows he is asking Vito Corleone to abandon his principles and enter a business that could completely change the nature of his family. Sollozzo represents a new era in organized crime. While Vito and other traditional mafia bosses avoid drug trafficking for ethical and strategic reasons, he sees it as a lucrative opportunity. This highlights the conflict between old values and the new and dangerous trends that threaten the balance of power in the mafia. His presence at that meeting is a harbinger of inevitable and violent changes. He not only brings a new opportunity for the Corleones, but also a veiled threat that if they don't adapt, they will be left behind or destroyed. As we know, the Don rejects the proposal, and Sollozzo seems to accept Vito's decision, knowing that a direct approach wouldn't work and that he would need to find a way to force the family to reconsider. When Sonny shows interest in the deal, Virgil identifies that the family's unity is not unbreakable and that there is an opening for manipulation. His dangerous and calculating mind immediately grasps this crucial information. He decides that eliminating the Godfather would be the solution. Without strong leadership, the Turk believes that Sonny, being more impulsive and less prudent, would eventually give in to the pressure and accept the deal. The attempt on Vito's life was carefully planned, but some unexpected factors influenced the outcome. The Don was hit by multiple shots, but his resilience surprised everyone, including Sollozzo. To protect himself from Corleone retaliation, he used Mark McCluskey's corruption to his advantage, exploiting the captain's desire for easy money. Mark wasn't just willing to turn a blind eye to the Turk criminal activities, but also actively act on his behalf. This included providing insider information, covering up crimes, and even serving as Sollozzo's personal bodyguard, as seen when he accompanies him to the meeting with Michael. Worried about the possibility of Sonny seeking revenge, he tries to negotiate with Michael. The Turk believed that by appealing to youngest son, he could avoid an all-out war with the Corleones, especially by avoiding Sonny's wrath. However, this perception was a fatal mistake. In the restaurant scene, Sollozzo shows himself to be constantly on alert. His insistence on frisking Michael before letting him go to the bathroom shows that he never lets his guard down. This indicates that he is constantly aware of the threats around him and doesn't trust anyone, not even in a seemingly controlled situation. This scene creates dramatic tension, as the audience knows that Michael has a gun hidden in the bathroom. Sollozzo's decision to search Michael heightens the tension, as it seems like he is about to discover the plan, but his successful execution in the end shows that, despite Sollozzo's instincts, he was unable to avoid his fate. The Turk may not be absolutely certain that something bad is about to happen, but his instinct tells him something is not right. This intuition is a skill developed over years in the criminal world, where trusting your gut can be the difference between life and death. Although Sollozzo is confident in his ability to manipulate the situation, His caution shows that he also recognizes his vulnerability. He understands that in any negotiation, there's always a chance things could go wrong, and he is determined to minimize that chance as much as possible. Despite all his precautions, he ends up being the victim of a trap, adding a layer of irony to the scene. Even though he did everything possible to protect himself, Michael's cunning and the meticulousness of the plan outmaneuvered his defenses. This shows that even the most experienced criminal can be outwitted when they underestimate an opponent. The description in the book mentions that when Michael raises the gun, Sollozzo makes a sudden movement to the side, almost as if his body is reacting before his mind fully processes what is happening. This reflex is proof of how sharp his instincts for danger were. It's as if his body knew death was near and tried, in one last effort, to avoid the inevitable. This attempt at evasion reinforces Sollozzo's image as an experienced and dangerous mobster, always prepared for the worst. The evasive attempt, although instinctive and quick, happens too late to save him. Michael had already decided his fate, and the gun was pointed directly at him. When Michael shoots Sollozzo, McCluskey doesn't immediately react with violence or fear. Instead, he looks at Michael with an almost disarmed calmness, as if trying to understand the situation. This calm can be attributed to his experience as a policeman, accustomed to dealing with dangerous situations. He seems not to believe that the situation is completely out of control. Being a policeman, he probably didn't expect Michael to shoot him so quickly after killing Sollozzo. He had underestimated Michael from the start, believing that he was just a weak civilian and not someone capable of committing cold-blooded murder. This underestimation is what leads McCluskey to not react immediately, assuming that Michael might surrender or hesitate. At the moment Michael turns to him and points the gun, McCluskey seems to finally realize the real danger he is in, but it is too late to react. This moment of shock and surprise is crucial, as it highlights how the captain, despite being an experienced policeman, severely underestimated Michael's determination and coldness. In just a few seconds, the narrative manages to convey a huge amount of information, emotions, and character transformations. With that, Sollozzo dared to challenge Vito Corleone's power, something few would do. His downfall demonstrates that while Vito may have been momentarily weakened, the Corleone family's power and influence are much deeper than he could have imagined. Michael's victory reaffirms the Corleone family's strength, even in the face of adversity. Thus ends the journey of Sollozzo, the Turk, a dangerous and astute man who, for a brief moment, seemed capable of shaking the foundations of the powerful Corleone family. His story comes to an abrupt end at a dinner he believed to be a negotiation but was, in fact, his death sentence. If you enjoyed this analysis of Sollozzo's final moments, don't forget to leave a like and share it with other fans of The Godfather. It really helps the channel continue bringing more content like this. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming analyses. Thank you for watching.